Okay, in our last discussion, we have discussed about the fixed asset and how we can acquire the fixed asset in different ways, and the the depreciation proposal and the fixed asset sale or fixed asset scrap. So we have seen those process. Now today we will see about the pending topic. So we have a couple of things. One is the year-end closing process in the GL and the management report in the GL and the vendor portal. Okay. So first we will see this year-end close process and the management report. Management report is nothing but the financial report. Okay. So first let's go to the general ledger module. Okay, in general ledger module we have periodic task. So instead of periodic tasks, now we will go to the period close. Okay, so in period close tab you can see we have year end close and we have purchase order year end close process. Okay, so what is difference between year end close and purchase order year end close process? So there are much difference between these two. The year end close process, purchase order year end close process. So what will happen? For example, in this month, in this year, in 2024, I have the budget for this particular purchase order, and I have not yet invoiced. Okay, so in that case, what will happen? The budget of that particular purchase order will be carried forward to the next year. The reason behind this particular process is, so if we didn't do this particular activity, so it will consume the current year budget, so which is incorrect. Why? Because the budget is already defined in previous year and the budget is not yet consumed. Okay, so that was the reason we are carry forwarding the budget from last year to current year. Okay, to run that particular process, so what we will do, so we will go to the general ledger module, period close, purchase order, year end close process. Okay, so at here what we will do, we will select the prior year, that is 2024. So you can see the accounting date whatever it is there up to 2024, and the new accounting date is January 2025. Okay, and at here you will click on retrieve purchase order. So once you click on retrieve purchase order, it will display all the purchase order which status is open and which is partially received and which is in draft state. So currently there is nothing is available. Let me check in the criteria. So at here I have kept as only the purchase order. Based on purchase order, let it run. Okay, so once you have clicked on OK, so it will display all the purchase order details over here. Okay, so you will click on include all. So currently there is no data is available which is related to prior period. Let me do one more thing. Let me check. Let me check in another whatever instance I have. This is another demo instance. Let's see. So if I go to the GL modules, period close, purchase order and close process. Okay. Now my account type is yet here also it is nothing. Yeah. Now you can see there are the couple of the purchase order which have the budgets. Okay. Now you can see these are the purchase order which is previously open and we have not yet transferred to the current year. Okay. So at here, if you want to include one by one and if you want to release, you can do in that way. Okay. So if you want to release all together one time, that is also you can do it. So if you want to include all, so you can click on include all. Okay. So every line will be checked over here. Okay. For example, if you don't want to include, in that case what you can do, you can uncheck the checkbox. Okay. So once you have include all, so you will click on process. Okay. So so once you have clicked on process, so what will happen? The process has been posted. So currently at here, what happening means for couple of the transaction code, there is no budget has been defined as original. It was stating the vendor invoice has been posted for 3058 purchase order. Let me exclude this one. 1875. During this particular process, if there is any pending invoices, so you need to delete those pending invoices. Okay, it's a mandatory thing. You have to remove it. Then only you can proceed for this particular process further. 3048, 3048453928 3086. So currently I have selected only one for that also. You can see it was asking, do you want to post the associate this one? So before that, so if I open this particular purchase order, okay, 2988. So if you see in this particular purchase order, the accounting date, let me show you once it is open. Yeah, so this is the purchase order which is open over here. So at here I have two line items, one is the earphone, another one is a computer. Okay, so if I go in line details, financial, view distribute amount. Okay, now at here I have the line information of this particular purchase order line. Okay, where my main account is, everything is mapped. Now if you see over here, my accounting date is it is September 9 September 2024. Okay, Now this particular accounting date will be changed to 1/1/2025. Okay, so how it will change? With the help of purchase order year end close process. Now at here, if I click on process by selecting that particular purchase order line, if I clicked on process, so it was asking me you want to post the accurate account for the new year as a fiscal year closing and process. So if you click on OK, then what will happen? That budget whatever is there, it will be carry forward to new year, and the accounting date will also change to 2025. Okay, now I have clicked on OK. That is 2988, right, which we have which we are doing. Let me make duplicate tab for meanwhile. So let that entry has been posted. Let me navigate to the purchase order form. You can see the year end closing process has been finished. You can review the results. Now let me go to the all purchase order form. Okay, 00022989. Okay, so this is the purchase order which we have changed, right? Now if I go back to the financials, distribute amount, now you can see there will be a two lines has been created. Okay, either one line, not this one. Yeah, now you can see for at here it has been created three lines. You can see once it was created on 9/1/2024, and you can see the period has been closed on 12/31, and this transferred to the new year. Okay, so it means that the budget has been carried forward to new year, and the accounting date is also changed for the new year. Okay, so now no need to open the prior period to post this particular invoice as the December month is already closed. Now we are in the new year, that is the 2025. In 2025 directly I can book the invoice against this particular purchase order. So this is the concept of the purchase order year end close process. Is there any doubt on this particular concept?
No, sir.
Okay, let me re-explain once again. So what will happen? So first we will go to the purchase order year end close process. So at here we will click on retrieve purchase order. So at here I have a criteria. So currently what I did, I have added the purchase order table and purchase order. By default these two values by default it will become. So at here I have clicked on OK, so that it will check all the purchase order which is available, which having the budget and which is related to prior year 2024. So those transactions will be displayed over here. Okay, so next what I have done it, so let's imagine I have selected one of the purchase order number. So if you want to include all, you can directly click on include all, and if you want to exclude all, the checkbox will be unchecked for exclude all. Okay, so at here I have selected 2989, one of the purchase order. Okay, and for this particular process you have to make sure there should be no pending invoice should be available. Okay, there is, what do you mean by pending invoice? Pending invoice is nothing but you have created the invoice but and you have saved it but not yet posted. Okay, that should be not be available. And after that, once you have selected, so you will click on process. So once you have clicked on process, it will ask to change the accounting date if you wish to go ahead, so you will click on OK. So once you have clicked on OK, so what will happen, the budget will carry forward to the next year, that is 2025, and uh, also the accounting date will also change. Now you can see I have processed, and you can see the 0089 has been successfully transferred. Now if I, in another tab, let me go a step back, let me go another step back, 20810 which we have processed now. So if I open this particular purchase order, okay, now if I go to the financials, distribute amount, now you can see previously it was this particular line to 1 2024. Now you can see it is closed 2024. Now period open for 2025. Okay, now the accounting date is 2025. So in this particular year, any month you can do the invoice as the accounting date is this much. Okay, so in case if you do the prior period one invoice, then it will show you the error message that encumbrance related to 2024 is posting in 2025. Like that, some encumbrance error will throw if the budget is defined. Okay, so this is the process of purchase order year end close process. Okay, now we will go to the next concept, that is the year end close process. Okay, for that we will go back to the same periodic period close. Under period close you have year end close. Okay, so at here, before going to the year end close process, so we need to define one of the major posting profile. Okay, where it will be defined, for that you have to go to the general ledger module, posting setup, accounts for automatic transaction. So this is the place where we will go, and at here you can see the year end result return earnings. So this particular main account should be mapped. Okay, this is the mandatory thing. So once you have mapped this year end result return earnings account, so return earning account is nothing but the profit and loss account. Okay, like for example, if you see the financial statement of any company, in general, if you see in the business time, so they will be printed the let me show you live. I will show you the live financial statement how it will be. Which company you want to see the financial statement? Okay, so this is the financial statement for the Infosys. Let's take for third quarter, second quarter. Okay, so this is the financial report. Okay, so this is the balance sheet, income and expenses statement. Okay, on top you can see they have the income statement directly, this is total income. Okay, so after that, so whatever the expenses are there, so on that particular expenses after tax, so there is a profit during the period. So this particular profit where they are recording in designing the Excel template over here, so we are defining the period of profit as profit and loss account only. Okay, but in system terminology, I mean in the ERP terminology, we used to call it as retained earnings. Okay, retained earnings is nothing but your profit and loss account only. Okay, how much profit you have earned during the year, how much loss you have obtained during the year. Okay, now in this particular financial statement, if you see, it look like a little bit different format. Okay, this is another format of income statement. Okay, so at here you can see this is my total income 42 653 623, and after that whatever the expenses are there, like employee benefit expenses, okay, cost technical subcontractor, travel expenses, cost of software ERP package, okay, communication expenses, okay, consulting and professional charges. Okay, these are my total expenses that which comes around 32 953. Okay, this is my before tax profit. So after tax, so this is my uh, profit during the period. Okay, now at here you can see we have if you see over here we have two different data. Okay, not two different data. If you see it, we are comparing all the year data. Okay, like for example this March 2024 year end, and this is after March there is April should be there, but April it is not there. So this is last year financial data, and this is the quarterly data last quarter, and this quarter whatever is data is there, and last year December 2023 and this year 2024. So what is my cost difference? So based on this they will analyze it, the market. Okay, so this is the consolidated one. So similarly they have these yeah, so this is the individual this is unconsolidated one. So what do you mean by consolidated and unconsolidated in individual one? Like for example, now if you have the group of companies, okay, let's imagine take Reliance only. Okay, so Reliance we have group of companies, is one of the group of companies. Okay, so if they want to view one individual sector wise, okay, let's imagine they want to view only in the retail itself. So retail, whatever the statement is there, the retail statement is the individual one, and whatever the statement is related to the uh, oil and gas or petroleum or chemical industry, so that one is the difference. So for that there will be a different financial statement will be created. Let me show you for Reliance. You can see this is one of the financial result. Okay, uh, So you have understood that concept, right? So similarly, there are other there you will have the consolidated and unconsolidated. Unconsolidated in the sense related to that particular legal entity. Okay. Now coming back to the ERP, now we will go to the period close, year end close process. Okay. So at here, what we will do, we will click on year end close template setup. Okay, and after clicking that year and close template setup, you will click on new and you will define your group name. Like for example, it is finance demo. I'm giving just random demo. Okay, and at here you will select the year like 2024, and at here you will add the legal entities. Okay, for example, I am adding USMF. Okay, so the reason behind why the USMF is not showing over here, the reason is already that particular legal entity has been selected in another another entity, another template. You can see in another template, in USMF template, you can see the respective legal entity has been selected. Okay, so after adding the legal entities, so if you scroll down, you can see the balance sheet financial dimension. You will click on yes, this particular toggle, and if you make any one transfer of profit and loss account dimension as mandatory, you can select that particular dimension and you can make it as close single only, to single only. Okay, so in that way you will select the respective dimension segment. These dimension segments are optional, and this toggle button should be enabled as yes, and at here you will add the legal entity. So once you have added this, you will click on save. Then the year end closing say year end closing template is ready. So once the year end closing template is ready, so what we will do, we will come to the, we will select the respective year end closing template. Okay, on top you can see we have two options. Previously we used to have only one option, run year end close process. Now we have another option also, validate year end close process. So you can select the respective legal entity, like for example USMF. Okay, and you will select the respective year 2024 and you will click on validate. So what will happen, it will add a record and it will run the validation. Now you can see there are 183 transaction has been unrounded amount more than two decimal places. So if you click on troubleshoot, so it will show you to optimize the year end close process. So these are new feature which is added. Previously it is not available in 2012, and DTXY up to 10.0.28, up to that there is, it is not available. Now they have recently launched it. Okay, so at here what we will do, one is validation is done. Next we will go to the run year end close process, and at here we will select our respective legal entity USMF and we will click on OK. So at here we need to select the respective legal entity, I mean the sorry, we need to select the calendar, that is 2024. You can type it and you can give the sample voucher number. Like for example at here I am giving financial year 2024. Okay, and if you click on OK, so after that the voucher number will be begin. Okay, now at here either you can run this particular year end close process in batch. By default it will be enabled, no need to check this particular checkbox. By default it will be enabled. Now once you have clicked on OK, so what will happen, okay, now you can see the physical calendar of on the ledger doesn't match with the physical calendar. Select the physical calendar as per the year it was stating. Let me run over here. So at here it was stating error stating that my group accounts are there, right? So there is a discrepancy between my group's account. So because of that, it is not allowing me to post the transaction. Okay, and at here the reason behind this one. So if I go to the my GL, okay. So if I go to the my trial balance, general ledger, inquiry and reports, trial balance. Okay, so at here I am running for 2024. So I am running for the main accounts,
32 ನಿಮಿಷ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
and if I run the calculate balance, okay, now at here let's see the first error what it's stating, it's my group account is not matching. So let me export all the data into Excel. Now at here we have three sessions. One is the balance sheet, another one is profit and loss. Okay, now if you see this particular Excel sheet, okay, so at here mine expenses will start from expenses and revenue will start from the from 4 series. My expense and revenue is getting started. Okay, so let me enable this Excel sheet first. Okay, now if you see my balance sheet total is not matching and my profit and loss account statement is 0, and at here I have the difference of if this particular difference is related to this. So at here you can see we have a difference of this particular amount. Now we need to clear this particular difference, then only we can do the year end closing process. Okay, so let me check if any year end closing process for prior month it has been done or not. Okay, now you can see I just noticed one more thing over here. So what I have noticed over here, you can see for opening balance it's 0 for balance sheet item. You are able to see this opening balance which is 0. The opening balance for balance sheet item it's 0 means, like for example, if the one series my balance sheet item, either it may be a asset or it may be the liability, depends on the company how they have defined. Now you can see for opening balance we doesn't have if doesn't have any balance for the opening balance, it means that we have not run for the 2023 to 2024. Also we have not done the year end closing process. So if I filter with 2023 as my accounting date, I mean the balance sheet date, if I keep that particular range, okay, see even for 2023 also it is not done, so it means I need to check 2022 also. For 2022 also it's not done. 21, 21 also same issue. Let me make 19. Yeah, 19 we have balance. Let's check 20. 20 also having balance. 21 also having. Okay. From 22 onwards, it's not there. You can see for 21, 22, we doesn't have the closing balance. So we need to run 21 closing first. Okay. So let me go back to the year end close process. Let me keep this particular tab. Let me make duplicate. Okay. So let it keep this particular tab as it is. Now let me go to the general ledger module, year end close. Now we are running for 2021. Okay, now you can see for 2022 you can see the closing opening balance is 0. Okay, now I am running for year end close for 2021. Let me select the legal entity USMF and let me select the fiscal year 2021, financial year 2021, and let me run by clicking on OK. Again we are receiving the same group error. Okay, the group is invalid, I mean the total is incorrect. So let me open some other demo instance. Okay, let me run the same thing over here. Okay, so this is another instance. So let me go to the year end close. General ledger module, period close, year end close. Okay, so let me run the year end close. Waha. Okay, so at here I will select the respective legal fiscal year 2024. Let me give the voucher FY 2024 and I will click on OK button. Okay, so once you have clicked on OK button, you can see a physical year run batch job has been added in batch queue. Okay, and meanwhile, in another tab, so if I go to the general ledger module, trial balance, okay, so if I calculate trial balance, you can see nothing data has been retrieved. The reason behind this is you can see the batch queue was added, so the batch is running at the back end. So once this particular year end close batch has been completed, then only it will be shown. Okay, let me check the status of that particular batch job. So let me go to the system admin batch job. Okay, still it is in executing phase. So in another tab, even if I refresh this particular page also, it will not display anything. Until that particular job is completed, I cannot able to view it. So let it complete that particular batch job, then we will see the data. Hardly it will take 5 minutes to close and rerun the opening balance. It will take maximum 5 minutes. Minimum you can imagine it. Sometimes it depends on the number of main accounts. Sometimes it will take hardly 1 or 2 minutes. It depends on data of the main account. So how much is your main account is available. So based on the length, it will be take that particular time. Meanwhile, let me run for 2024. 1 minute. I Let me open in another instance. So there is another instance, okay. In previous instance, what happened? They at their batch services is not running properly. So because of that, it's taking huge time. It is not running the year-end closing process. So other two instance, we doesn't have the. We need to do some uh, reconciliation to fix that particular group balance. Then we can proceed further. So I'm checking in another instance now. Okay, hopefully it will run over here. Period close, year end close. Okay, so at here what we will do, you can see at here it's already run. Okay, so what we will do, so we will run for the year end closing. So what we will do, we will click on year end close. Okay, and we will select the respective legal entity and we will click on OK. So once you have clicked on OK, a record will be open over here, and at here we will select the respective year like 2024. Okay, and we will give our voucher series number. Okay, so after that we will click on OK. So once you have clicked on OK, so what will happen, the year end closing batch job will be added. You can see the run year end closing batch job has been added to the batch job. Okay, batch queue. And once the batch queue has been executed, the balance whatever it is available in prior period, it will be carry forward to the current year. Now you can see if I click on calculate balance for 2025, the balance will not be displayed over here. The reason behind is uh, this previous run one. Okay, ignore. So the at here previously it will be 0. Once the batch job is run, the updated balance will be run over here. Okay, so that is the year end closing process. And whatever the balance sheet difference is there, like I mean the P&L profit and loss account difference is there, that difference will be carried forward to retained earnings. Like for example, let me show you over here for 2024. Let's wait for 2 minutes.
Sir, you selected only for 1 month.
Yeah, one module. Not one module, it's one legal entity.
No, from date and to date, it's only 1 month it is showing.
Oh, sorry. Okay, now if I export this particular trial balance, okay, so let's segregate this particular expenses and balance sheet account. Okay, so from 5 series is my P&L account. So you can see we have a foreign vendor, local vendor. These are the payables, receivables. So it has been classified in this way. Okay. Now if you see my balance sheet is difference of 2060. Okay. And if I see my total, this one is 0. So at here, if you see the amount whatever it's showing over here is my return earnings. Okay. Let's see, is there any return earnings? Let it run. Let me run. So you can see this particular closing balance whatever it is there. So if I run for 2025, this closing balance will be part of my opening balance. Okay, for this particular legal entity, there is no 2020. I mean, we just started implemented from 2024. So that was the reason that we doesn't have opening balance for 2023 and 2022. Okay, so that was the reason the opening balance for 2024 is 0, and the closing balance whatever it is there, it will be carry forward to next year. So if I run for 2025, now whatever the closing balance is available on the balance sheet item, it will be up here. Okay, now let's see, I am running for 2025. Okay, now at here if I export this particular data, okay, so I have opened two sheets. This is my 2025. Okay, so in another sheet, this is my 2024. Okay, now if I make VLOOKUP, okay, let me remove these two lines. Okay, so if I'm fetching the balance of 2025, so VLOOKUP, so this is my main account. So I'm filtering with this particular page. So I want 1 2 3. Third is my opening balance. Okay, NA is means not applicable. So if NA okay, now if you see the balance of this and this is match. Okay, so where it will be false, if you see your P&L accounts, everything will be false. The reason behind this is the P&L account balance will not carry forward to the next year. The P&L balance will be carry forward to your balance sheet item, so inside the balance sheet, and from balance sheet it will be carry forward to the next year. Okay, so this is the year end close process. So it's very simple, but we need to make sure our reconciliation is 100%. It is done, and my return earnings account has been defined properly. Okay. Now, in case if I want to do the reversal of this particular year-end closing process, yes, you can do the reversal also. For reversal, what we will do? Okay. So we will go back to the same year-end close process. Okay, so if I refresh this particular page, now you can see it has been updated, the voucher series. You will select that particular record and you can click on reverse year-end close. So if you click on reverse year-end close and if you click on OK, the year-end closing process will be reversed. Okay, so this is the way of reversing the year-end close. Now you can see the reversal year-end close bad job has been added. So whatever we have done the year-end close, now it will be reversed. So any doubt in this one? For running the year-end close, we will select the respective legal entity and we will select the respective year and we will give the voucher and we will click on OK. So what will happen? The year-end close bad job will be added. And for reversal, you will select the record, click on reverse year-end close and the year-end close reversal entry has been posted. So this is the difference between year-end close process and purchase order year-end close. In interview, they may ask you what is purchase order year-end close process and what is the usage of that one. So you can able to answer that one by stating the purchase order year-end close. For example, if we have defined any budget in prior period and the purchase order is still it is open and we have not done the invoice. So in that case, we will run this particular purchase order year-end close process to transfer the budget from prior year to the current year. And second thing is the accounting date will also change. So this is the difference between this is the question for the purchase order year-end close and their usage. Year-end close process we will run on every year basis on the respective legal entity, as we need to print our financial statement and we need to know our what is where we will stand, either how much is my profit I have earned it, even if it is loss, how much loss I am making it. So to know those information, so we will run this particular year-end close process and to transfer the opening balances for the next year from prior year. Okay, so this is the year-end close process. Okay, now year-end close process has been done. Okay, there is one more concept is called there is one more concept is there. That concept name is period 14. Okay, now so far we have seen up to period 13, right? Even if you go to the calendar, ledger calendar, okay, so you can see we have period 13. Okay, total 14 periods, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 like that, there are total 14 periods, right? So we have seen the period 12, I mean period 12, I mean 13th period we have done it. So now we are talking about the period 14, that is period 13. Okay, 14 period is nothing but the period 13 transactions. What do you mean by period 13 transactions? So like for example, every year you will have the external audit. Okay, external audit person will come to your organization to validate your financial statements. Okay, so in that case, if auditor given some adjustment, so how you will book that particular adjustment? Okay, so for that, what we will do, you will go to the period close, and you can see financial period closing sorry closing period adjustment. So you will go over here. Okay, so you will enter the date, like for example 2024 FI year adjustment, and you will go to the general tab. In general tab, you will select the from and to date, like for example my period is 01/01/2024 to 31/12/2024. Okay, and your posting date, let's imagine you are posting on today. Sorry, you should select the 31st December 2024. Okay, that is period 13. You can see the period 13, which is our period 14. Okay, and you will click on save. So once you have clicked on save, you can see the closing account one menu item has been enabled on top. So you will click on this particular closing account. Okay, and you will click on load balance. So once you have clicked on load balance, so you will click on OK. So it will load the all the period December transaction, whatever the closing balance is there, everything it will be loaded over here. Okay, now at here, if you have any changes, like for example this is 816, right? 815.66. So I want to change this one, so I will click on transfer balance. Okay, so this particular account should be debited with how much amount, like for example 15 dirhams I need to be debited. Okay, so I will select the respective offset account as cash in hand. Okay, I'm just giving one example, and I will click on save. So after updating this information, now you can see the balance has been increased to 830 difference, and the 15 has been transferred to the cash in hand account. You can see the cash in hand account also, it was increased 15, and there is a difference of the 15 dirham is the difference. Okay, so if I click on post, so like this they will adjust the audit adjustment whatever shared by the auditor. Okay, like for example he has given 35 transactions, so like 35 transactions he will book in this way only. Okay, after that he will click on post button. So once he has clicked on post button, now this particular difference will be applicable in the year end close. So at here you can see the voucher physical year is not open, so that was the reason it's throwing error. So if I open the calendar, it will be posted. Okay, so after posting this transaction, so what will happen? So currently I'm not posting, why? Because they are doing UAT parallelly, so I don't want to interrupt these transactions over there. Okay, so after that, if you go to the trial balance, and if you run 2024 year, again you need to rerun the year end closing after this particular process. Okay, so I just run 2024 calendar year trial balance. On top you can see column to display, and at here you will select including closing period adjustment and closing period balance, and this, and if you click on update, so additional 2 columns will be added over here. So at here we have given the at here 15 dirham has been difference. So that particular 15 dirham will be displayed over here, and this is the closing balance will be updated over here. So after this particular process, if you run the year end closing process, so this particular balance column, whatever the balance is there, it will be updated to next year opening balance. Okay, so this is the period 13 transactions. So mostly this particular period 13 transactions you will book during the mid of the year of next year. Like for example, sometimes you may book in the month of March or April, but the duration in between March to July, in this between you will book this particular period 13 transactions. In most of the entities you will book it, which is nothing but the audit transactions. Okay, so any doubt on this particular concept? Sri Lakshmi,
No,
Prashant.
no, Gautam.
Okay, so I have financial reports. So financial reports we will start with the fresh mind in on Monday. So before that, let me demonstrate the vendor portal. Okay, vendor portal, how it look like. Okay, now I'm creating a vendor. Okay, for creation of vendor there should be a there should be a registration process inside the Dynamics. So how it will be, so we will see that one right now. Okay, so let me add a new let me create one email address, outlook.com. Okay, so create new account. Okay, so let's name it as okay, I have given some random name, Gautam Demo at outlook.com, and let me give the email ID and sorry, password, first name, last name. Okay, I just logged in with the outlook.com. Okay, so in another tab I have already opened my D365 account. So at here what I will do, so I will go to the procurement sourcing management, procurement and sourcing module. In procurement sourcing module we have vendors and we have vendor collaboration request. Okay, so inside vendor collaboration request we have prospect vendor registration request. So before going to this particular process, so we have couple of prerequisite which we need to set up for this particular concept. Okay, so let's see what are our prerequisite configuration which we need to do it. Okay, so first we will go to the system admin. In system admin, if you go to the external role, so in external role we will define these three. One is the vendor admin, which will maintain the contact person and user request, and the second thing is vendor contract. Okay, vendor contact, which maintains the contact information of that particular vendor, and third thing is vendor prospect. Okay, which will enter the external wizard for this particular vendor for during the registration process. So these are the three roles which will map under the external roles. Okay, this is the one. Second thing, if you go to the workflows, at here we have user workflow. So at here you will create three workflows. One is the user request workflow, another thing is user request new user or modify user workflow, third one is vendor user inactivation workflow. So this user workflow, the first one, whichever it is there, so if you create, it will trigger if the user is new, then it will be triggered with the wizard for the registration. The 201, the new user and the user workflow, like for example additional you are adding any new user, so in that case this particular workflow will be work. And the third workflow is inactivate the user, the existing user. If you want to remove, then in that case we will use this inactive user workflow. Okay, so after defining these three workflows, so what will happen, let's see. Now one more thing over here. So for this particular thing we need to enable this B2B invitation configuration. Okay, this will be, if you ask your administrator, he will configure for you. Okay, and the graph settings, so which will be available under the setup email parameter. So in email parameter, this is the email parameter which your admin will set up on behalf of you, so he will configure all this information. Okay, so once this is ready, so there is one more workflow which is there. Let me show you that. So for that you need to navigate procurement sourcing. Okay, so in under procurement sourcing setup, procurement sourcing workflow. So at here you will add vendor add application workflow. So what do you, for what purpose this particular workflow is, like for example we will discuss about this particular workflow when it is utilized. Okay, so after defining these information, so what we will do, we will go to the vendor collaboration request under procurement sourcing, vendor collaboration request, prospect vendor registration request. So at here what I am doing, I am clicking on new button, and at here I am giving the company name, like for example okay, I have given some random company name, and business justification you can provide new company. Okay, and organization type, whether it is a organization or person, you will classify over here. So I'm classifying as organization, and you need to provide the specific contact person name, like for example I'm specifying Gautam demo, and requested submission date will be today's date, and you will give their email address. So I am copying the email address which we have created now. Okay, so this is the email address which we have created now. So let me copy this one and let me paste it over here. Okay, so once I have pasted this one, so I will click on invite user. So if I click on invite user, what will happen, a prospect request will be created. Okay, you can see the prospect vendor user request has been created. So if I click on this particular prospect vendor user request, so this is the request ID which has been generated for this particular email address. Okay, and it's auto submitted to the workflow, and it's currently taking that workflow number if you want to view it. So I just clicked on this particular button, request number, under workflow, view history. You can see this is the 201, that is the first one which is taking. Okay, new user request. Okay, now once this particular workflow is completed, so the status of this particular request will be approved, and from here it will be automatic trigger to the vendor. A invitation will be triggered to the vendor. Let's see that. So I'm just opening in another legal and I mean in another tab, another browser. I'm logging that particular email address. Okay, I just logged in Chrome that particular same email address. It is approved. Let's see the status, final status. Okay, so it is approved. From here it is not getting triggered as this the demo and UAT instance only. For production it will be auto triggered to the respective email address. So at here what I am doing, I am manually pushing in case if it is not triggered to the vendor that particular invitation. So you can trigger that one manually by going to the system administration. Okay, in system administration you can see this B2B integration, B2B invitation configuration. So we'll go over here, and so this is the manual test, configuration test. You can do it from here. Like for example, at here you can give the name of that particular vendor and their email address. And send invitation this toggle as yes, and click on run configuration test. Okay, so currently I'm manually pushing this particular test from here. So now you can see the B2B configuration validation was successful, and even the invitation also triggered. Okay, so let me go back to the Chrome. Okay, if I refresh this particular whole page, okay, so under junk you can see there is a invitation which is generated. Okay, you can see this is the junk email which is moved over here. So let me move to the inbox. Yeah, so this is the invitation which received by the external vendor. So at here the external vendor who Gautam demo. Okay, so the external vendor, what he will do, he will click on this particular accept invitation. I'm an external vendor now. Okay, so he will click on this particular accept invitation, and it will ask permission for this particular portal. Okay, so he will accept this particular request. Okay, after that for him a wizard will be open. One minute. So at here what happened means it doesn't take the all the role. So that was the reason it was causing the issue. 1 minute. So let me update the same role. 1 minute. I will share you this particular registration video how it will look like. Okay, I will share you in the chat session. I will share you this registration how it look like. Okay, with audio it is there. Okay, so once you have once the vendor has been updated. Okay, so what will happen in procurement sourcing? So there is a vendor request. Under vendor collaboration request there is a vendor request. So at here a record will be created. Okay, like for example now you can see this digital media LLC is there, right? So if I open this particular record, so at here it will be created that particular information, so whatever they have updated in the registration form. Okay, so at here the workflow is there, right? So this particular workflow will run that in procurement sourcing there is a one workflow is there, right? Procurement sourcing workflow, vendor application registration request workflow something. Let me tell you that workflow name again. So if you go back to the procurement sourcing workflows, so at here you can see there is a add vendor application workflow. So this particular workflow will run once the vendor has been submitted and a vendor request form, it will create a record and it will assign to the respective person for the approval. So in this particular form, that workflow whatever it is there, the workflow is related to that particular procurement sourcing workflow. Okay, so at here once the vendor has been accepted from here by updating this vendor group, and if he has to map the any procurement category, if he has been mapped the procurement category, so once he has done this activity, so he will approve this particular vendor request, and after approving it, so what will happen, a vendor will be created inside your vendor form. Okay, now once this particular vendor has been done, so what action can be done it? Okay, okay, so for just give me a minute. I need to turn off something, otherwise before that they need to before they receive any email notifications. Okay, so at here, during the purchase requisition time and even during the yeah, okay, now you can see at here, let's imagine I have added the vendor. Now I'm doing the my purchase requisition. So let me quickly create my purchase requisition and let me convert my RFQ. Okay, so at here I'm clicking on new. So at here we have some custom form also, so please ignore that. So at here the reason is mandatory. So if you see the standard system and if you see the live instance system, so you may have a lot number of customizations which has been done. So you can see in this particular instance. So one customization is that, another customization will be, let me show you that also. So we will have a lot number of custom reports which will be placed over here. Okay, now I am not updating my unit price. It means that it is a related to the RFQ base. So let me submit to the workflow and create my request for quotation. So now you can see when I submit to the workflow, and at here my request for quotation will be enabled and it will be assigned to the same workflow creator only who has been submitted to the workflow. The same person, it will be reassigned for the some creation of the RFQ case. Now let me create the RF request for quotation. Okay, so the request for quotation has been created. Now at here let me add the vendor which having the vendor collaboration, like for example okay, so I just added two vendors and let me click on send for quotation. Okay, now I am inviting my external vendor to participate in bid. So I have two vendor, one is Stance Paris and another one is the Fitness First. So if I click on OK, so what will happen, it will be triggered to the external vendor for the bidding process. Now in another tab, so in browser, so let me log in with another user, that is the Fitness First at hotmail.com. Okay, so you can see this is the Fitness First dev. Okay, so if I go to the vendor information, so this is the how the portal will look like. So in vendor portal you have total 4 workspace. One is the vendor information, vendor bidding, purchase order confirmation and invoice. Okay, so if I go to this vendor information, if I click this particular vendor information workspace, so you can see the vendor information like the vendor name and address. Okay, and the contact person, how many users are there. If I want to create any new user request, I can create directly from user request form. Okay, so you can view those information. And if I scroll down, so if I click on more detail, general tab, so in registration, so what we will do, so these are the information which we will fill out, like the registration vendor name and address, and how many persons are there on your organization number, address of that particular address for the particular organization, and the contact information of that particular organization. Okay. And if you have any sales tax id of that particular organization, you will update that particular sales tax. And bank information certification will be not applicable in that particular registration wizard. And after that you will submit it. So once you submit it and vendor has been accepted by giving the type, I mean what type of this particular vendor is there, is this and procurement category, and if he has been generated, so the vendor request has been approved and vendor will be created, and you can able to access this particular portal. Okay, so in vendor information mostly you are able to see the vendor details only. Okay, so this is one of the workspace in the vendor portal. So the next three workspace, like vendor bidding, purchase order confirmation and invoicing, so these three are the core operational workspace of the external vendor. So now at here in another tab, you can see at here I have created the purchase requisition and a request for quotation. So I have a two vendor, one is the Chance Paris and another one is the Fitness First. Okay, and at here when I clicked on send for the participation of the bidding, so in another tab you can see this is one of the vendor portal, okay, of the Fitness First. So if I click on the vendor bidding workspace, so at here I have five summary buttons are there. One is new bid invitation, return bid, bid in progress, awarded bid, lost bid. Okay, the new bid invitation is nothing but, so whatever the bid request has been raised by the procurement user, so it will be triggered over here as a request for quotation for that particular case ID against. Okay, return bid is nothing but you have submitted the bid, but they are requested to modify some of the information or to ask to negotiate that one, so it will come under the return bid. Bid in progress, so if you click on this particular bid and if you click on participating of this particular bid, then it will be in bid in progress. Awarded bid, so the bid has been awarded to you, then it will be awarded bid. The bid, if you are lost, I mean in the RFQ bidding stage, so if you lost, so it will come under the lost bid. Okay, the same thing is populating it down also in bids tab. Okay, now at here you can see in new bid invitation I have one. So if I open this particular new bid invitation and if I click on bid, so you can see the same view whatever it is reflecting inside the Dynamics. So inside Dynamics, when you click on manage reply and edit RFQ reply, the same view will be open to the external vendor. Okay, now you can see it here. I just open bid only. Okay, so if I want to participate in bid, I will click on bid. If I click on decline, I will not participate in the bid. So at here I want to participate, so I will click on bid. Okay, so at here the vendor, what he will do, he will update the price information. Okay, so after updating the price information, what he will do, he will go to the submit button to submit the bid. Now I just click on bid. Now you can see the bid in progress, it's showing as 1. Why? Because I have not yet submitted, but I have clicked on bid to participate in this particular bidding process. Okay, now at here if I submit, now what will happen, this particular submit button has been submitted. I mean this bid has been successfully submitted and it has been moved from bid in progress to bid submitted. Now you can see, if I go back, now you can see there is a submitted bid at the bids fast tab, so it will be displayed over here. Okay, let's imagine if I didn't submit it, so still now it will be shown under bid in progress. The view inside in the vendor portal and if I show you inside the dynamics the view, both the views are same. Now if I go to the quotation, sorry, yeah, quotation, manage reply. Okay, so for Chance Paris we didn't receive yet. For the Fitness First, the vendor submitted by the vendor. For Chance Paris, what I will do, edit RFQ reply, and I will click on OK. Okay, so this is the same view what external vendor is able to view, the same view it's operating over here. Okay, you can see the price information. So at here I will update the price and I will click on submit. So both the views are same, there is no change. Okay, so this is the bidding workspace of the vendor. Okay, so we have seen vendor information. Workspace will showcase complete vendor information. So whatever it is applicable to that particular vendor, it will show over here. Vendor bidding, during the RFQ stage, if vendor has been selected for to participate in bidding process, so the bidding request will come over here. Based on that, he will do the pricing information and he will complete the bidding process. So if he is awarded, then in that case it will show as awarded bid. If it is lost, it will show under the lost bid. So this is the bidding workspace. So we have other two workspace. So let's see that. Okay, so let me go to another tab. Okay, now I am going to the all purchase order. So far it is clear, right?
Yes, Gautam.
So at here, let me click on new button. So I am creating a new purchase order. So I am selecting Fitness First as the vendor. Okay, and let me give the site and let me click on OK. Now my purchase order has been created. Let me quickly update the dimensions. So if you see at here, we have some custom field called ship from. You can see this is one of the custom field. Just give me a minute, let me check this one, custom field one. Okay, now let me go to the lines and let me complete. Let me create new. So at here, let me select the procurement category line information. Let me quickly fill up that one. Okay, so at here you can see the purchase order status is approved. Now when it is approved state, you can see under the purchase tab. Okay, so if you scroll towards your right side on top of the purchase tab, there is a vendor collaboration. Okay, so at here you can see send for the confirmation. So as I said earlier, so before confirming, once the purchase order is approved, from approved we will go to the confirmation. So in between there is another step as external vendor review. For that particular process, so we will go to this particular vendor collaboration and we'll click on send for the confirmation. So once I clicked on the send for confirmation, and after that I have clicked on OK button. So this is the wizard form which will be come over here, which will be triggered to the external vendor for the view. Okay, so I have clicked on OK. Now you can see the status of this particular purchase order will be changed to external vendor review. You can see the status has been changed to external review over here. So at here, what will happen when you click on send for confirmation? So let me go to back to the vendor portal. So at here, for the external vendor in purchase order confirmation workspace, a record will be created for review. Okay, so this is the purchase order. So he will review the lines and he will review the delivery dates of this particular line, and based on that he will accept this particular purchase order confirmation. So once he clicked on accept, so what will happen, there is a purchase order confirmation journal which will be auto created for this particular purchase order. Now if I go back to the this one, now if I refresh this particular page, now you can see it will be changed automatically to confirm. So for this a automatic batch job will be run. So that particular batch job, I will tell you that particular batch job. So you can see in purchase order confirmation, okay, confirm accept purchase order from vendor collaboration. So this is the button which you have to click it, and you have to make it as batch job, and you have to set recurrence for this one, and you click on OK. So once you set this particular recurrence as OK, then what will happen, that respective purchase order is there, right, will change from external review to the confirmed automatically. Okay, let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes. This status will be changed to confirm. You can see the status is changed to confirm. I just refresh this particular page. Okay, so this is the usage of this particular confirmation workspace. Okay, and he will have the entire details like how much is for my review and how much has been confirmed. You can see open confirmed purchase order, so it will be displayed that particular record. Okay, and if we click on show, and the record will be shown over here, and he can directly print the report directly from here. No need to send the reports again to the vendor for the confirmation. He can print directly from the portal. Okay, so this is the operational purpose of the confirmation by the external vendor. So the last one is invoicing. Even vendor can raise the invoice and submit to the workflow. So at here you can see Yeah. So at here we have the last workspace, that is the invoicing. So even vendor can do invoicing also. So the invoicing, in the sense, he will raise the invoice, but the posting will be done by the Dynamics inside the finance team itself. Okay. So how the vendor can raise the invoice? Okay. So if we go to the invoice tab, invoice workspace, okay, on top he can see the new button. So once he click on new button, okay, and at here he will have the list of all the purchase order. Okay, it may be any status. Okay, either open or received, it will be shown over here. Even partial invoice, it will be shown over here. So at here he will select the respective purchase order. Okay, and he will give the invoice number, invoice date and description, and he will click on create invoice. So once he clicked on create invoice, okay, so at here he can able to see the workflow. So it will be submitted to the workflow for the approval. Now at here the attachment is mandatory, so let me attach the attachment. And even that attachment in should be in PDF file itself. Other than PDF, it will not accept. Like for example, now you can see if I am attaching the Excel sheet, the file type cannot be attached. You have to attach only the PDF file itself. Okay, so I have attached the PDF file, and now I am submitting to the workflow. Okay, now once I have submitted to the workflow, so the vendor part is done. Okay, the vendor has been successfully submitted to the workflow, that particular invoice. So he can track the invoice over here. Now currently this particular invoice is in submitted, not approved. Okay, so once it is approved, then it will be approved, not paid. Okay, and at here once it is paid, it will show under the paid inside. Okay, let's see that. Now I am going back to the D365, that is the inside. I mean, now the finance team will come over here. He will go to the invoice tab. Let me refresh this particular page. Now he can able to see this particular pending invoice. So he will click on this particular pending invoice, edit. Okay, so at here so there is the attachment which has been attached, so you can able to view that one also. Now at here, let me let me post the product receipt for this. Product receipt has been not posted, so let me post that first, then we will do the invoice. So I'm posting the product receipt. Product receipt has been posted now. Now let us go back to the pending invoice. Now at here, let me click on edit. Now at here, I will go to the match product receipt, and I will select this particular product receipt, and I will click on OK. So currently I am having one, so you may have multiple during the you may have multiple lines and multiple product receipt. Okay, so once this has been updated, so I will approve from my end. So there is another step of approval is there. So let us approve on behalf of them, and then we will post the invoice. Okay, now now the finance team will be post the invoice. So the steps of approval has been done. Once it is done, the post button will be enabled, and he will click on post button. Okay, so these are the three core major operation which he will provide by, which vendor will be done inside the Dynamics from his portal. Okay, now it has been approved. So if I refresh this particular page, now if I click on approved, nothing has been updated. Still it is submitted, not posted. Little bit refreshing issue. Okay, so let me post this particular invoice. So now I have posted, okay, this PO invoice. Now you can see it will be posted but not unpaid. You can see the status of that particular invoice. You can see invoice has been unpaid status. So it means that the invoice has been posted but we didn't pay it yet. Okay, so once you make the payment, the status of this particular invoice will change to paid. Okay, and this invoice will move from here and it will show under this particular button. Okay, under paid button. So this is the core 3 operational which external vendor will do. So this is the portal. So if you have any doubt on this particular portal, you can raise it. Sri Lakshmi, Prashant, Naveen, Praveen.
Sir, this is the vendor portal, right?
Yeah.
Is same like we have sales order portal, finance portal.
No.
Can we have?
No. See, vendor portal is external vendor. He will provide couple of operations like, see, you will raise customer invoices, okay, but you are selling the customer invoices to some other persons, either it may be organization or person. Now the reason behind this particular vendor portal is we are procuring the goods and services from whom? From third party. Okay, so we don't know when he can deliver the good, and we don't know when he can submit the invoice. We don't have any idea. Okay, so this portal will helps to fast track the kind of things, and to fast track the vendor payment and whatever the payment he has to receive. So he will have that complete cycle, complete information over here. Okay, and even if you invite him for the bidding, so he will participate in bidding and he will know whether this particular vendor giving the good price or not, and even he can track whether what's the status, whether he won the bid or not. So he will have those information also. Previously this without this particular portal, there is no clarity to the vendor that there is no response from the respective person. Okay, so that was the reason this portal has been designed.
Okay.
For customers,
Sir,
what you
please
are doing, you're
show.
directly issuing goods from your inventory, right? So you are generating the revenue to the company. So for that, there is no portal is available.
Oh,
But we have a different tools like CRM. CRM is nothing but the customer relationship management, okay, which can be integrated with any of the ERPs. Okay, we have own CRM tool is there for Microsoft Dynamics, Microsoft CRM. Okay, in that also you can find like sales, marketing, contracts. So the same information will be populated over there also, which can be interlinked. So what will happen in CRM? So this sales, contact, and lead will be there, right? It will be generated in the CRM, and for the marketing purpose, like every month you will receive an SMS from the Geo stating that this is my new offer. So this kind of email triggering will be done from the CRM portal itself. So that is marketing will come over there. Okay.
yes.
So overall we are closer to the training session. So we have left only one part, that is the financial report. So once this is done, so our whole training session will be completed. Okay. So hopeful we will see very fresh mind with the morning on Monday. This financial report, it will take maximum 1 hour, so we can close that particular design, how we can design the financial report. Okay.
Okay,
Sir,
Gautam.
here, please show how the vendor accept the bid, external vendor.
Okay. So external vendor, how he will accept it? Let me create another purchase order.
Gautam, in real-time scenario, we don't need to create this vendor, right? Vendor call.
Real time scenario vendor.
Do we need to create a vendor account in real-time scenario?
Vendor account,
No,
I
right?
didn't get. Vendor account.
In real-time scenario, what we need to do in
In real time scenario, what you want to do with the vendor account, you mean to say?
yeah, do we need to create this vendor collaboration? I mean, vendor account, vendor portal.
See, there are two things are there. Okay. So if you have vendor portal, you can you can raise the vendor collaboration request, prospect vendor user request. Okay. So what will happen? So it will be triggered to the extent that email address whatever you have shared it. So it will be triggered to them for the registration process. And once the registration process is done, it will come to you for the approval. Whoever is the vendor account manager is there or procurement manager is there in your company, he will review the
Okay.
information, and based on that he will accept or he may reject the vendor. Okay, if he accept, then it will trigger to the vendor master, a record will be created with that particular company information. Okay, this is option 1.
Okay.
Option 2, if we don't have vendor collaboration portal, directly you will go to the accounts payable or accounts payable vendor, all vendor, or procurement sourcing vendor, all vendor, both the form having the same
Okay.
thing. You simply click on new and you will create the new vendor.
Okay.
Okay, but this particular process, like for example, if you see localization wise, in India I don't see yet this particular why, because from last 5 years I was outside of India, so I don't know how the market in Indian they are using the portal or not. Okay, so if you see outside the market, they are utilizing this. Okay, so at
Okay.
here they have some additional documents as per their country law. Okay, you have some specific set of documents should be available to participate in the registration, and that particular vendor having different VAT rules, and uh, the person who doesn't have the registrations ID and commercial registration IDs, they are the local terms, computer registration IDs, okay, trade license number. If they doesn't have, they have different tax rules is applicable. Again, it is classified into again two types. One is the free zone, another one is mainland zone. Like for example, in India we have says is the free zone, okay, special economic zone, okay, and if you see some other zone doesn't have this specific rates will be not applicable, okay.
Okay.
So based on that, the government norms, each and everything will be classified, even your tax rate and such kind of information. Okay. So these are the
Okay.
things which we will apply during the registration process. Okay. So this is one of the this is the standard registration process. Okay. Now I will show you one more document. Okay.
Okay.
This is a very confidential document, but I'm showing you over here. Okay, you can see
Okay.
this is the topic. Okay, this is a vendor registration integration with D365 FNO with API requirements. Okay, so at here API is nothing but it's interlinked with your website. Okay, so what are the information they are requesting over here? Validation of vendor existing based on any like email address, CR number is commercial registration number, company name, website address and domain name. This is only for the validation purpose.
Okay.
For creation of new vendor portal, you must have company name, physical address, country code, telephone number, company registration number as per company or country law, email address, website, other than Qatar partnership membership of Qatari owner details, fax number. Okay, so these are the different
Okay.
registration information which we need to map in the website, and that should be fetched in the D365. Okay, area of business. Area of
Okay.
business is nothing but your procurement category. Even this is also they are selecting directly from the vendor portal itself.
Online
Okay.
portal. Okay.
There is the ownership fast tab. So ownership fast tab, how it will be. So these the custom fast tab which we have to add it. Okay, and validation on this also. Okay, and
Best.
so this is the contact information and creation of authorized signatory. So these are the custom form which we will add it over here. So currently in progress, this is the financial information, like first year, second year, how much they have done it. So those information should also populated. Banking
Okay.
information. You can see. So country to country it may change. Okay.
Okay.
So some countries they have complete standard requirements. Some countries they have uh, as per their law they may have so many laws against the company registration act. So based on that they will request those document. Okay. So based on that it will be
Okay.
created. Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay. So see you on Monday. Monday we will see we try to close the complete financial management, and we'll close our complete training sessions. If you have any doubt, we can have one more session for clarifying your doubts. Okay.
Okay, Gautam. Lakshmi, I think you have asked some doubt, right, regarding bidding.
This how external vendor accept the bid.
External vendor will not accept the bid. The bidding acceptation will be done inside the Dynamics, but the external vendor can know whether the bid has been whatever he has been provided, it has been approved or not. I mean, it has been awarded to him or not. Okay, you can see it here. We have award bid and loss bid. So if you accept the bid in the D365, it will be shown over here. If you rejected the bid in D365, it will be shown under the lost bid. Let me show you. I'll show you a couple of things. Okay, now you can see this is one of the vendor called Chance Paris. Okay, so you can see for this particular vendor you can see 2 award bids and 2 loss bid. Okay, so if I open this particular award bid, okay, so this is the request for quotation. So this is the request for quotation case. Okay, so this is the purchase requisition. So from here I am going to the select me. This is one of the RFQ case, okay, where Chance Paris has been awarded. So if I go to the quotation, compare reply, okay, now you can see over here the accepted vendor and rejected vendor. Okay, so if I select only the accepted vendor, you can see the accepted vendor name is Chance Paris. Okay, so once he has been accepted from this particular form, so the vendor will know that this particular RFQ ID is nothing but the request for quotation case, request for quotation ID, which is generated for the individual vendor. That quotation has been accepted. So accepted in the sense awarded to the respective vendor, that is the Chance Paris. So if it is rejected, then it will be go to the loss bid to that respective vendor. Okay, so at here you can see it has been accepted. So it means now for this particular at here I am showing you, right. So at here in the vendor collaboration, for that particular vendor it will show under the accepted bid. Okay, Sri Lakshmi, now it's clear.
Yes, sir. So the awarded bidding means if he raised the bidding and someone accepted it, then it will come under awarded bidding.
So the vendor, what exactly he is doing over there, let me tell you. Okay, let me go to the request for quotation, all request for quotation case. Okay. Okay, so let me use the existing one. Now at here we have created demo 3001, right? So at here, if we go to the manage reply, edit RFQ reply, so this is the form which will open to the vendor. Okay, so once he click on that particular RFQ ID in the new bid invitation, so the form what I am opening now inside the Dynamics, the same form will be open to the external vendor. Okay, so at here what he was doing, he will come to the line details, this line view. Okay, and he will update the unit price, and after updating the unit price, if he want to provide any discount, so he will provide in the line details discount per unit. Okay, additionally he will update the reply valid date based on what was the period of this particular reply valid date. He will update over here and he will click on submit. Okay, so this is the thing what he was doing in the RFQ bidding process by the external vendor. Other than that, nothing he is doing over there. Okay, Sri Lakshmi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then see you on Monday and we will discuss on the financial management report.
Thank you, Gautam.